You know what to do.
What do I do? Oh, did you push the button already? Oh, we're on. Hey, people, how you doing?
I pushed the button. Yeah, it wasn't even a shiny red one either.
No, that blinking one, don't touch that.
I don't even have any blinking lights.
That's good. That's good.
I mean, at least at the moment. When stuff turns off, it blinks. It's kind of annoying. It's like living next to an airport, I guess, or something. Bing, bing, bing. It's like,
A blinking light. Yeah.
Yeah, because when the equipment turns off and stuff, and
Or maybe like all the road hazards on the way here tonight.
do that. I mean, I had fun with it. I was like Baja in it and shit. I'm just like cruising through it. People are like slowing down and pulling over, and I'm just
Kicking up rocks.
Oh, dude, looking behind me like it's a rally race. There's just like dust and stuff just floating. It was dope. Yeah, it was like being reckless without being reckless. Because I've already done the drive a bunch of times, so I knew it was good. Mm-hmm. Yeah, there's like, what, 7 or 8 freaking road closed signs?
And there's areas along that drive where, like, even in regular weather, you could have falling rocks. So
Yeah, no shit.
makes for interesting driving.
Oh, all right, so there used to be all these times when I would come home from the restaurant at like freaking, 1, 2 o'clock in the morning, right? Like on a Friday or a Saturday or something, because, we close at midnight, cleaning up, whatever else. Drive home was like a freaking hour. Well, I mean, at that time of night, it was like 42 minutes. All right, 38, but only once. I caught all the lights. It was just really clean. I pushed it pretty hard. I'll be honest. But yeah, dude, like I'd be coming home at like 1 or 2 in the morning, thinking everything's like all hunky dory or whatever, and get up there, and all of a sudden it's just like, bing, actual road closed.
Oops.
Yeah, because when you come through like in the next day or two after they clean it up, you see like either trees down or rocks or both. Yeah, it's
Yeah, I feel like when the sign is like right in the middle, so that you could pass on either side, that it's kind of like a suggestion.
pretty much. That's how I look at it. That's my philosophy as well.
Except I tried doing that. I tried doing that recently, and I kept going through about a mile down the road, and then found out there was actually a for real crack, like a 1 foot wide crack along the road.
Oh yeah, like a literal crevice.
Like, yeah, a crevice or crevasse, maybe. I don't know.
A cravat. Is he a tie now?
Not a tie. What? Some Scooby-Doo
yeah,
stuff.
we never even introduced like
Mr. Gemini.
Oh yeah, Philly D.
That guy.
Phil and me. Yeah, it's the Green Room. B-sides.
B-sides.
Yeah, we do whatever we want. It's been a good day, man. It was a long day, but it was good.
Yeah, swing the clubs.
Not today, I didn't. Yesterday, I played twice yesterday.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got 2 rounds in. I did a morning round to warm up, and then
You go out there to swing the clubs, right?
no, that's
Yes.
But yeah, no, I did a warm up round, and then I went and actually played like a whole new spot that I've never been to. It was like a links course, So a links course it's like no trees basically. It's all open.
Right.
However, all the spots that are open, it's like 2 or 3 foot tall grass that's way matted down. Mm-hmm. So when your ball goes off target, probably not gonna find that sucker. No, I lost like 4 or 5 balls, easy.
Oops.
And it happens. I mean, you take your strokes, get your penalties, and move on.
Yep.
I mean, it's still a good round. Oh, I see you.
Oh, yeah. I'm kind of ready.
I see your can is as ready as
I'm
mine.
going to do it slow, though.
Why? Oh, I got it on you this time.
Hold on.
There you go.
Clean.
Don't tell me. When you don't have the table, when there's no, like, object to aim for, I think you're just like a pig pen. When you can make a mess, you're going to, but when it doesn't.
Sorry.
Salud.
Jinx.
Oh, that's good.
So
you know why this is called a Belgian style wit?
why is that?
Because it's not actually a Belgian wit.
A Belgian style?
No. So it's a Saison. Mm-hmm. However, we take the Saison and put like so much actual rind, like the zest, the peel, all that good stuff, fruit and everything, that you get such a citrus forward that it comes across as more of a Belgian wit.
I see.
So, and that most people don't know what a freaking saison is. So you're like, oh, would you like to try the saison? They're like, I ain't French, you know. It's like, yeah, because that's what we meant. But yeah, so that's why we put Belgian style wit.
Right.
Because we can't call it a Belgian wit because it's not.
That is a delicious one as well.
Oh, dude, it's dope. So many people love this. It's really solid, man.
Yeah. That's a good one too.
Yeah, hazy.
Yeah.
It's a hazy IPA. It's an IPA. Do you have any of those IPAs?
IPA?
Dude, I've had cats do that. Well, no, because you have DIPA, right? A DIPA, but that's a double imperial or double India Pale Ale.
Right.
So when you have a DIPA, a DIPA, I mean it's just an IPA. It's an IPA.
Or what was the DDH IPA? That was the one that really threw me.
Yeah, the double dry hop.
Yeah. I'm like, man, what is this? All these letters.
It's just to be cool. Pretty much. It's just to show off. Look at us. We know how to spell. No, you don't.
I don't know. It equates to delicious. That's all that matters to me.
I think so. Oh, yours? Yeah, they're both pretty good.
They make a lot of quite crafty. I haven't tried some of their more fruity flavored stuff, but
well, and see the cool thing about that is like the fruits, it's never fruit forward. Like it never is. If there's any time you're gonna do like if they're adding something outside of the fact of like what the actual beer was designed as, it's a compliment. It's not to overpower. It's not to just kind of be like, oh, we put it in there. No, it's always an appropriate amount that it truly balances or complements what we already did as a beer.
right.
And that's what I love about it. Because, dude,
Gotcha.
I think fruit and beer is like the dumbest thing in the world. Like, dude, it's a beer. Why are you putting fruit in my beer? But when you do it right, it really does give it a compliment. And all of a sudden, it's just like you still get to taste all that dry hop, but you don't get any of the bitterness.
Yeah, and you just don't want your beer tasting like a wine cooler. You know what I'm saying?
Dude, I'm gonna give me like Seagrams or like Bartle and James.
Bartles and James.
Yeah, man.
Are they even around anymore?
I don't know. I have no idea.
Showing your age.
You got any Schlitz malt liquor? What do you mean you ain't got no Schlitz malt liquor?
You got any St. Ives Special Brew? It was like Kool-Aid in a bottle. Like alcoholic Kool-Aid.
What you mean you got Kool-Aid no sugar? Man, you got ham, no burger.
You never got two things that match. You want me to get some sugar? Yes.
Dude, that just made me think of the freaking when Smokey's mom's like, go get me cigarettes or whatever. And she like handed me like, this ain't enough. Be like, make it enough.
That's right.
Damn. Yeah, dude. Chris Tucker cracks me up. I got funny as shit.
Man, he can't say nothing about it. He just turns out like, damn.
I know, right?
Yeah. Sorry, man. You got to eat that.
I mean, that's part of being Smokey, I guess, right?
Oh, man, that car cracks me up. Every time I think about that car.
Yeah, fuck it.
The convertible Pinto?
Yeah, I think so.
It was a convertible Pinto.
Something like that. Or like a Gremlin, or I forget.
And it would diesel after he turned it off.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, it could have been like a AMC Rambler or something. I don't know. But yeah, it was definitely one of those like just nobody has this.
well, that was
Even broke people don't drive that shit.
well, that was like the Wayne's World car. What the hell was that? The Gremlin?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. Where one door was longer than the other. Like the passenger side door was longer than driver's side.
Dude, the whole thing was made out of glass pretty much. Like driving around in a freaking fishbowl. That's what it looked like to me, you know what I mean?
No, Volkswagens were kind of like that too.
Yeah, but they were like way boxy.
The old Volkswagens?
Yeah, they've always been boxy.
Yeah.
Until recent.
But the interior is very boxy. It's almost like riding in a... It's very upright, isn't it?
What do you mean by upright? I don't get that. Like, you like did this move where I'm thinking you're like uppity? Is that what you mean?
It's a small car.
I mean, not all of them.
Well, not the new ones. I'm talking about the old ones.
Oh yeah, the older ones are freaking roller skates. Hell yeah, no, dude. I had remember I had an '84 GTI. It was the 8-valve, so it was like just before they went to the dual cam head or the dual overhead cam head, and it had a K-Jetronic mechanical fuel injection. Yeah, dude, it's like the fuel pump and the.
Oh, that's I was talking about. I'm sorry. More specifically, is the old like the Beetles, when the Volkswagen Beetles, how they were like a bubble.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
So dude, they still look like a roller skate.
Yeah.
But like for like Grape Ape, like he's gonna strap two of them Johns to his feet and just like go skating down the street. You know what I mean? Like that's.
Never driven one. Always kind of wanted to, but I think it'd be really tight for me.
What, to get an old Beetle?
To get into one?
Dude, no, they surprisingly actually have a lot of space.
Like I said, I never sat in one, so.
Yeah, no, you get, because I mean, they also kind of sit up a little bit high too, I feel. Like it's got like a really big.
The old Beetles?
Yeah, has like a high lifted, like bucket seat, or not bucket, bench seat.
Okay.
Yeah, like if you wanted to get into the back, you like just the whole thing being like a straight bar. When you did it, it's just like this half either bends or that half bends, and it's just so the whole thing doesn't. It's kind of funny.
Yeah. The what is it? One of the people that lives near me actually has like, I think at least 2 of those dune buggy conversions. You ever seen those things?
Yeah, those guys are dope.
And that uses like the old VWs. That's where they. Well, I'm sure they fit them. You can fit any modern engine there too, but.
Well, because I mean, sorry, the thing with like the Beetles is they're basically like a roll cage on wheels with fenders.
Yeah.
You know, and a hood and a bonnet cover. Like,
I mean, they weren't real powerful, but I would say that they were tanks. Like they would just outlast all kinds of stuff.
yeah, because it's just a freaking roll cage.
Take a beating. Well, not. I mean, the car itself, obviously, but I'm saying the engines and everything. Like they would just run forever.
And I mean, so some of that comes from the fact that it was almost a necessity. So I mean, same thing with like the Japanese cars when they started becoming, more reliable. So what most people don't know is, all right, so coming off of like
It was function.
Well, so coming off of World War II, Japan is like devastated, right? Like we literally bombed the shit out of them.
Yeah.
Yeah, we like decimated, because I mean, Japan's just a giant island. So, you drop 2 of those and it's just like, it wipes out like, I mean, it's just ridiculous. Well, on top of that, we also take their military away. So now they have, what could be budget spending once they get themselves like back together. What would be on military, it's like, well, you're not exactly paying for it anymore because you don't have it. As well as because they've been so devastated, they really don't have a lot of resources. However, there's a crap ton of like planes, freaking boats, like, plenty of steel, but they have to like start to actually like recycle everything. So now they have to become like super efficient because they're low on resources. Well, because of that, same thing is like you got to put in a shit ton of R&D to make things simple, reliable, and efficient so that they don't break, because you don't have a lot of resources to make more stuff.
Yeah.
So their quality was basically because of the need for it. So, same as the Volkswagen.
Necessity is the mother of invention.
Yeah, so the same as the Volkswagen, limited resources, they need them to be super reliable in so many ways. Well, the easiest way to do that is to not like, you make a race car, that thing's breaking all the time. You build a small tank on wheels, that son of a bitch is going to run.
I would equate that too to like the old British FX models that they used to use for taxi cab, probably still do, I think, use for taxi cabs. Very squarish. I mean, not much to look at, but little diesel motors, those things would run forever. Diesel engines, sorry.
Well, and so, yeah, I mean, like, dude, over in Thailand and shit, most of what they do is like diesel stuff, because diesel fuel is a lot cheaper, because they have more of it, because it's more industrialist than it is like commercialized.
Well, yeah, it's closer to crude.
Yeah, well, I mean, just Thailand in and of itself, like, so for them they're going to have a greater access to the diesel than they do like regular gas. So diesel is like, freaking cheap.
Well, that's all processing, though. I mean, there's processes and additives and all kinds of other stuff to make it into gasoline. It's a whole different product at that point. But
right,
diesel is a lot easier to come by because it's basically just kind of a filtered version of
Oh yeah, there's
crude oil.
Yeah, I mean that's what I'm saying, and especially because they're more industrialized than commercialized, meaning that they have more grander scale components for manufacturing. It's not like small factories, dude. They're like running freaking,
I just remembered my growing up, a neighbor of ours for like years, like everybody in the household drove like the same kind of Volkswagen, and they were all diesel. And every time the home heating fuel guy would come around, he'd refill a 55-gallon drum for him. Must have thrown him like an extra $100 or something. These guys would all drive around on their home heating fuel.
Well, and especially back then, you probably could because there wasn't as many regulations and things being compartmentalized. Because like kerosene is pretty much diesel; it's just a little thinner.
Kerosene's expensive though too.
Well, so that's one of the things is like diesel trucks in the wintertime, they'll actually run a little kerosene in their diesel.
Or like top fuel.
Well, because it keeps it from gelling, because diesel being so crude actually has like a freezing point.
I can see that, yeah.
And especially when you have like freaking 40 or 50, 60, 100 gallons sticking off on one side in a big ass drum, as you're cruising down the road, it's 60.
You would use that as like a cold temperature fuel treatment, almost like putting, antifreeze in your radiator.
Basically, yeah. Well, that's what it's like, a thinning agent.
So raises the freezing point? Raises the freezing point?
It lowers.
Lowers it.
Correct.
It makes so it doesn't freeze. Right?
Yeah, it has to be at a much lower temperature. Yeah, which puts it like, into the negatives for sure.
For sure.
Totally.
So game is going better, not hooking left as much, or still hooking left? Wait, am I using the wrong terminology?
Yeah, no. Hook is to the left and slice is to the right. Well, I mean, I guess technically, if you're right-handed,
right, it would be the other way around.
Yeah, if you're left-handed, then it's flipped.
But you ain't goofy foot.
I mean, I've thought about getting like one or two left-handed clubs, because there's times when like shit goes awry, and all of a sudden you're like up against a tree or something, and it's like it's easier to just reposition yourself and just hit it left-handed.
But I don't have that club.
So, yeah,
funny.
I thought about
hitter.
Well, no, dude, because my one guy that I play with, he actually shoots left-handed. However, he putts right-handed because his one eye is better than the other, and so he needs to put that good eye over the ball. And when he has to do that and to set up correctly, he has to putt right-handed.
That's wild, man.
Yeah, no, it cracked me up because I saw him
weren't you just in the? I don't.
It took, I think it was like the second or third hole when it just like it clicked, and I was like,
something seems wrong.
He's total what the? And I was like, yo, boy, what's up? And he's just like, oh, and that's when he tells me the whole story. I was like, okay, yeah, he loves this golf game that much that he's just like, I'll just putt the other way. It's cool.
But the fact that he even considered that, I mean, did it take like years to practice that, or?
Well, all right.
Or did it just kind of come naturally that way?
To him, well, I think, because I asked him this, relatively the same question, and I think his relative response was that he's technically ambidextrous, which, I am as well. So from that perspective, all you're doing is you're doing the same shit, you're just flipping it. And so when your mind can see that, dude, it's easy, because there's times when I go to do it left-handed, and I'm like, wait a minute, hold on, and I'll do it right-handed, and I look at it, and I'm like, and I mimic it to the other side, and I'm like, there it is, and because you just need that, yeah.
Yeah, I don't think anytime I ever try to write with my with my right hand, it doesn't. Yeah, it does not work. It's like a child trying to.
Well, of course, because you're not practiced in it.
Write something in crayon.
Well, think about it. How long you been writing with your left hand?
A long time.
40 years?
Yeah, relatively 40 years.
Yeah, exactly. And how long you been writing with your right hand? 4 minutes?
Well, yeah, it would take, but why? Why? I mean, I guess if I lose one.
Well, think about it from a psychological component. So your developmental behavioral components as your brain actually makes those neural connections. Because think about it, when you're constantly writing, your brain's just making neural connections to do that. Mm-hmm. And the more you do it, the more it solidifies that pathway and starts to make more shortcuts because it becomes...
So we're talking about the left and right hemispheres and getting them to communicate better.
Yeah.
I see. That's the tie-in.
Well, so for me, like going on my spiritual journey and really starting to grow and become more solidified in myself, as well as having solace in that solidification. So not only just being aware that I'm there, but to also be appreciative of it and respectful towards it. And in doing that, I kind of had this natural tendency where I'd always felt like I should have been left-handed, but, never having that frame of reference, being right-hand dominant, I was like, all right, cool. I just kind of like let it go. Being in that spiritual place of, really just having to be honest, impeccable. We always talk about that, being impeccable. Me being impeccable with myself, it's like, dude, I need to be doing some left-handed stuff. And so I just started practicing writing with it, doing chopsticks with it, all sorts of stuff. And I did it long enough for a couple years that when I need to, it's just like, I just do it with my left hand.
That'd be weird to use chopsticks with my right hand. Maybe I should try that. That way I'd get a better feel for what it's like for people to use chopsticks that aren't familiar.
All right, see, you want to hear a good story? All right. So me and my dude and his girl and a friend of ours, we're all on the same pool team together. We're at a tournament. We get knocked out, and it's like Saturday night, and it was like final round, but it happened quick enough where it was like, you know what? This is kind of like shitty. I'm hungry. It was only like 8-ish. It's like, fuck it. Let's go get dinner. Well, we're like, where the hell is it? We're like up 309, but like above Telford and stuff. Right? So we're like, we're up in, the fuck? I forget what town it's. We're below Quakertown, but still, up 309.
Oh, Souderton or
higher. That's what I'm saying. It's just like,
not Telford. Whatever. Go on. I know where you're talking about.
So yeah, way up 309 before you get to Quakertown.
Percy?
No, dude, it's higher.
Higher.
Yeah, Souderton, they're all like together. But anyways,
whatever.
So we're like way up there, which up there on a Saturday night, like there's nowhere good to get food. There's plenty of nice places to get some drinks and hang out with friends, shoot some pool, whatever else. But you're not getting like high quality meal, basically.
No.
So I'm like, plus it was like 8 or 8:30, and it's like, all right, by the time we get there, some of the places are going to be closing the kitchen or whatever. And so it's like, I make the decision. I'm just like, we're going to P.F. Chang's. This is not a joke, which is all the way down in Warrington. Right, it's like a 30-ish minute drive or something, right?
Well, how late did they open?
On a Saturday, I want to say it was like 11 o'clock or something.
Oh, that's surprising.
Well, this was a couple years ago.
Oh, yeah, well,
yeah. No.
Yeah. I don't know what would be happening now.
And so anyways, I make that decision where I'm just like, screw it, we're all going to P.F. Chang's, because two of them had like never been, and the other person was like, hell yeah, I love them, they're dope. So we're like, cool, we're all out of here. And we hop on 309, we're tearing ass. We make it there in like 22 minutes or 23 minutes.
Your hunger is motivating you to move as fast as you can.
Well, I mean, kind of. That, and again, we got knocked out in the tournament, and it's like we were one match away from...
You're all like amped up. Yeah, you're not going to bed anytime soon.
Yeah, we had like one more round to go, and we would have been going to Vegas, basically.
Oh,
yeah. So like we were like all the way there. So we were just like, yeah, mad F it. Plus me and my dude both had... he's got European, I got Japanese, but we both got little, rice rockets. So these things are like quick and nimble, and they just love running through traffic. So we're basically just like in and out of traffic, just tearing it up. But we freaking get there. We're having a really good time, like, because two of them hadn't been there, and the other, me and the other person had. We do like mad family style to begin with, but because it's again too new and too, well versed, we're just like, we're going to order everything. Don't even.
Well, you got to get the lettuce wraps.
Well,
like 2 orders of lettuce wraps.
Oh, dude, we did, we're like appetizers. We did a bunch of we tore it up. But so
Kung Pao scallops.
We order all this food. We're basically, there's 4 of us sitting at one of those big round tables where you can get like 6 to 8 comfortably. Right. And then we're just like all spread out and just mad food where it looks like it's just like for 6 or 8 people. Well, we're going through it, having a good time. Everything's great. And my one friend is just getting like all upset about trying to use the chopsticks. All right. And she's just like, I hate these things. Because again, it's the same thing. She hasn't made that neural connection, right? That her brain hasn't made that.
I mean, they put forks out.
Well, yeah, but she wanted to do it. And so, I was going to teach her and everything. It's all good. Well, the kicker is she's sitting there getting all pissy and just like, like whatever else. And I'm like just eating with my right hand with my chopsticks. And it's just like all nice and easy. And that's kind of why she's like, damn it, you. She's like, I just, giving me crap for it, basically. And I dead straight and just like eyeballing the shit out of her. And I just like slowly but surely take the chopsticks and put it in my left hands and then just start eating with. She's like, damn you. And I was just like,
I can do it with both hands.
What? Yeah, she's complaining she can't do it at all.
She's got one in each hand trying to pick up like a piece of chicken.
Like stabbing shit. Yeah, no, she's like giving me crap for it. And so that's when I was just like, and like swap over. And she's like, oh.
I'll have to try that next time to eat with chopsticks with my right hand.
Well, yeah. And
I think it'll feel odd at first.
So chopsticks is like the one thing that when I do right-handed and I teach myself left-handed and I mirror, I mimic it and just do it in the opposite hand, chopsticks is the one thing that I don't exactly do the same. It's a slightly different style with my left hand than my right hand.
It's a different technique.
Yeah.
Huh.
Not completely, but a little bit.
Do you think that's that communication thing, though? Like, isn't it weird? Because, like, you know how you're... Like, I should be able to do this with this hand, and you just can't. Like, you basically had to do a run around that in order, like, you had to work around a workaround. You had to develop a workaround for that. So
no, that makes sense. And it, like I said, it's not like completely different, but where I apply the pressure and allow the fulcrum to be so that I can actually get the scissor action and get the holding power with it. There's a slightly different.
It feels awkward. It's because those muscles and your fingertips on that side aren't used to those kind of activities.
Yeah, I would agree to that.
I mean, that's how I feel when I try to pick up a pencil with my right hand. It feels so odd.
It's like a baby fawn just coming out of the womb.
Now, admittedly, if I learned to write with my right hand, I'd probably have a lot less trouble doing so because being left-handed sucks.
Well, I mean, yeah, unless you're using like left-handed notebooks and shit, and even then you're still like smearing.
Well, I mean, the way you hold the page, that's, you can work all that out. But it's just like the fact that if you write in something that smudges and you write really fast, you will run right over it.
Yep.
To some extent, I say it way too much. But I learned to straighten my hand out instead of doing that. Like a lot of left-handed people curve their hand all the way in.
The claw.
Like, yeah, they do this weird and they turn. I'm like, why would you have to do both? But after through the years, I learned how to write. It's more straight. Like I don't really curve my hand in.
What I think is funny is like...
But that makes you run right over.
Well, and see, what I think about with that is like Asians, they read bottom to top, right to left. Which means...
Is it bottom to top or is it...
they go right to left.
I think it's top to bottom, but they read down and then from right to left.
Right to left, correct. Yeah, thank you.
So their books are actually...
Yeah, they're flipped.
It looks like they're opening from the back of the book when it's really
their front page is the back page.
Well, no, it's the front page.
Exactly.
So odd.
But yeah, so I mean...
Same thing, though. Like it's... The front page is the back page. Like when you're using a different hand, it's the same thing.
And so again, my thinking about that is if you're writing in that fashion, going right to left, being left-handed actually works out.
Being left-handed works out how?
In being able to write in that style, going from, top to bottom, but right to left, you would always be moving away from the ink.
True. That is true. I guess I should have been
Asian.
I should have been Asian.
I mean, you still can. No, it's like becoming Jewish
Turning
or something.
Japanese, I think I'm turning Japanese. I really think so.
I don't know if it was that easy. You're just like, I want to commit to this.
Oh,
I'm just saying, man.
right.
Yeah.
Rock on. I'm going to just sip my soda.
Yo, dude, for real, like our last episode that we, the one we listened to tonight, that's actually really good.
You like that?
Well, it was like funny as shit.
I don't like talking about it. Do we have to talk about it?
But it was like, yeah, no, we need to work on our communication.
I don't want to talk about it. I want to talk about the now. You're right. Getting old. Knees are popping. All kinds of stuff over there.
No, I think
And mine just popped. Great.
well, no, from playing golf yesterday twice, because we've had all that rain lately, and then it went like hot and dry. You just get like mad pollen count and like the grass and everything. So I think I was just breathing in all that crap for like, 8 hours yesterday. And I woke up and my throat was just like, blah.
Blah.
Yeah.
Too much outdoors.
Yeah, I mean, because I don't have allergies
Sounds
per
rough.
se. But yeah, I think it's just, being inundated with all that crud for so long, it just schmegged me up. I mean, you can tell, dude, I sound so much deeper right now. Yeah. You're tuned in to Easy Listening 107.9.
You're going all Barrett White on me. I don't know what's going on. Make sweet love.
Gonna lay you by the fire. Yeah, we can do that. Except I don't have a fire, so, I can lay you next to a lighter.
Was that Chef?
Yeah.
Chef.
His chef was banging everybody. Dude, especially Cartman's mom.
That's what I was
Which
thinking.
wasn't Cartman's mom, like, is she hermaphroditic or whatever? Like she impregnated herself or whatever? Isn't that how he came? Isn't that the joke?
I don't think I've seen every episode, so I may have missed that one.
Well, I've only seen like probably, I don't know, 20 or 30.
But as far as my knowledge of the writing, I would say that's pretty much in line with what I'd expect.
I'm pretty sure that's how it happened. That is exactly how that works.
60% of the time.
It works 100% of the time.
That makes no sense.
But it makes all the sense.
You make no sense.
Yeah, I make dollars. Make it rain.
Dad. What's up, Dad?
What up, Dad? Thanks for the ride, Dad. Yeah.
I'll pick you up at 10.
Dude, I mean,
Flashing back to being dropped off at the mall as a kid. Just for an excuse to get out of the house, just to do something.
no, see, that's why, dude, that's when I would just grab my skateboard and like dip out.
You know, malls are disappearing.
Thank God.
Have you heard of this?
Yeah, because nobody shops outside anymore.
Nobody shops outside anymore.
I mean, they haven't for a long time. This just kind of solidified it.
Yeah, I think our local mall is going to be closing down soon. They already put a price tag on the property.
Oh, it's already been purchased.
Oh, has it?
Yeah. 108 million or something.
Was it that much?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Well, dude, just for the parking lot alone, you making money.
Who purchased it, though? Amazon?
I've heard rumors of that, but I don't think so.
Oh.
No.
Needs to be like some kind of theme park or something.
Dude, a giant freaking adult arcade with indoor mini golf rides and like games and all that shit. Like a giant Dave and Buster's.
On steroids.
On weed.
Like a giant Dave and Buster's on steroids. That's what we need.
Yeah, no, it'd be like a six.
We were talking about that at one point, making a place that was like a ring within a ring or like separate rings, all like attached. Where each
different
area,
igloos.
like you could do like different.
Let's make a fort. No.
Like it had different spaces on it, different conclusions that you could jump to. No, like different areas, like bowling. There'd be a place where you could grab like food or snacks, like different places around, and Like it would just be this big like warehouse style setup where you could just have, you know, bowling next to billiards, next to like
Batting cages, go-karts,
I mean, sure.
mini golf,
Sure.
skeet shooting.
Actually, there's a
axe
place
throwing,
not far, but isn't
golf simulator.
it called Arnold's?
What for
They
indoor?
have a bunch of, well, they have go-karts and they have a bunch of games and stuff. But I'm talking about like all kinds for kids and for adults. Like you could kind of like send your kids off on this side and, you know, after dinner you kind of break and go off. And, you know, the parents can like shoot pool and have a beer while the kids are playing video games on the other side.
They have this. It's called Las Vegas. Yeah, no, for like the Circus in Las Vegas. That's pretty much what it was.
Yeah.
Yeah, not like all right. So Circus literally had its own floor for like basically
Literally
just
or
literally
Or literally.
literally
Okay.
literally
Just
had
to I
its,
got to make that distinction.
literally.
Literally.
But they had their own freaking floor where they had like circus acts, all the carnival games and stuff, plus like mad arcades and shit. And it was like all kids zone. I mean, mind you, adults came in there, but dude, it was pretty much like it was like that.
Kids would start throwing stuff at him, like, get out!
No, it was yeah, because it was like that.
This is our place in here.
No, it was like it was like where all the kids like the in Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles where they had their secret underground thing where and it was just like all kids.
Yeah.
And they're just like all bad and they're like stealing stuff and smoking cigarettes and all that shit. Yeah, pretty much. That's what it was.
Oh, it's like that.
Oh, yeah, dude, it is. Dude, it's Vegas. Hey, man,
yeah.
what happens in Vegas stays in Vegas. Especially when you're 12. Don't know nobody know about that.
For somebody that doesn't gamble, like I see even for somebody that doesn't gamble, I see the amusement, but I mean, I can only take so much of Vegas. It gets old pretty quick.
Nah, I love it there.
Nah,
I'll go back again and again and again.
no thanks.
Dude, Vegas is the ultimate buffet. I just want to keep taking laps and filling my plate. Yeah, I said it.
Well, it's weird. It's like, it's the one place you can go to where like you never lose your jet lag until after you get home. Because you don't sleep at normal times because you have no idea what time it is. That's one thing that freaks me out. It's like, you know, you go into those places and you lose all track of time. That's what they want. Just lose all track of time. How much money did I just blow through? Who cares? What time is it? It's been like 10 minutes, dude.
That's accurate.
You're like, oh, man. Well, there's always the buffet.
Yeah, just don't load up on the crab or the shrimp or the lobster. Actually, any of the seafood.
Yeah,
Definitely go for the roast beef, though. That's almost always banging.
I guess.
Pretty much given.
Salad bar, you know.
I mean, the breakfast is like, to me, the breakfast is like, that's the buffets you want to hit. Breakfast buffets. Dude, mad omelets, tons of bacon, all the juice you can imagine. Just like, dude, take it in. Carb up, bro.
Waffles.
Oh, yeah.
Gotta have
Waffle
waffles. They're a
stations.
Waffle station. That's the best. Love the
Almost like a
waffle station.
Sunday bar.
All the fixings all laid out. Oh. You're right there.
So many syrups. All the flavors and the fruit toppings. And the fruit. No, pickly pickles. And the pickles.
That's where I thought you were going with that.
Well, yeah, but I mean, that's pretty much what it was. But there's so much. And all the fruit. So many toppings.
Butter with cream. Maple syrup.
Cream all over the waffles. Oh, no.
Dude, you just took it to a really,
Yeah, but see, that's
I
like
was going to say dark, but a gross place.
a little bit of both.
Yeah.
A little bit of both. But see, that's the thing is like that's the shit I'd be doing. Like if I'm at the buffet, like doing it up, I'd just be like pouring it all over, like R. Kelly style, just like pour the doo doo butter
I
on
see
you.
I see you standing there with your plate, and you got a hot steaming waffle sitting on. You're like, keep them coming, buddy.
I didn't say when.
Keep pouring there.
They said all I can eat.
Damn.
Yeah, dude, that
There's
just,
other people in line behind you. Yeah, well, if they want 3 waffles, then they can wait.
I just totally like flashed in my head was like, you big boy, you go now. You've been here 4 hours. I forget Louis. It wasn't Louis Anderson, but it was. Maybe it was. No, it was definitely. It was,
Is that wrong to walk away with a half dozen waffles and make everybody else wait? Dude, that'd be like a half hour.
oh no, dude, they bang them out. Like,
They bang 'em out real
Oh yeah,
fast.
there's like 6 or 8 freaking.
Oh, okay.
Oh yeah, dude. No, they're constantly just pouring and flipping. Yeah.
They'd be like, can I get 6 Schlitzes?
Oh yeah, no shit, right?
You guys want anything?
Open bar, dude. Open bar. Yeah. Freaking Farva. Oh. I do love me some Farva. This looking spit to you?
Why don't you just get a liter of cola?
No.
No. Why don't you just get a large Farva?
I don't want a large Farva. I want a goddamn liter of cola. I don't know, let me check. Do we have liter cola?
Liter of cola? Do we have liter of cola?
Yeah, right. Yeah, that was he the double burger with cheese? He's like, it's for a cop. He's like, is that so he'll spit in it? No, it's so they'll make it really good.
Don't spit in that cop's burger.
He's definitely spitting. I look like spit to you? Yeah. Fuck it. Yeah, but then he like pulls the sticker off the cup and it starts peeing on. Goddamn burger punk! He just like hops the freaking counter and knocks that dude out. Because that's the thing is like they come back later in his car and they're in the freaking drive-thru and they're like, "This is Officer Farva," and the guy's like running. He's like, "No!"
That's right. Ursula,
come in, Ursula. Oh, hey, yeah, don't use that boyfriend voice with me.
say Car Ramrod.
Car Ramrod. Come on, Car Ramrod.
You didn't say it.
Oh, I forgot. He's just sitting there pointing at it. But yeah, dude, that's so.
Who wants a mustache ride?
Oh, yeah, I do. Yeah, me too. Yeah, man. Oh, shouldn't we be getting back to the jail? You don't want us to turn into pumpkins? Oh, but Mishka, I'm not ready to go. Yeah, dude, that whole scene is freaking hilarious. Every inch of that scene. You can't. Oh, God. Because what is it? Even when they're sitting there, they're watching the cartoon and they're like smoking joints and shit, and they're like talking about it. How Galifianakis is like the one, and like the one dude, and then like the other guy's the other, and it's just like yeah, this is actually quite genius.
Wait,
yeah, they were using.
They pulled him over, Mr.
Galifianakis. Yeah, you heard him, Galifianakis. Yeah. What are you hauling in there?
I'm playing repeater, yeah.
Yeah, the repeater. He's like, no, I think we should play this straight. For O'Hagan. he's just literally saying, you're just like.
It started right there.
And he knew it.
Yep.
Man, and then that's always like, Oakley Dokley, I'm a stupid idiot or whatever the heck. He's like, yes, you are. It's like, what? No, you can't do it that way. But yeah, he did. You break rules. Yeah, you're going to make fun of yourself. I'm just going to agree with you on that shit. Amazing. That's what I agree with you. Like the second one pretty much was the first one. Just, it's like a reboot almost.
It was the again. That's all that was. It was the again.
Well, yeah,
and not that there's anything wrong with that, but
there's everything
right with that.
Yeah, there is. Yeah, because he's like glittering. He's like, I love it. It's like we never left. Dude, it rolls right into it. He's like, you're 142 centimeters. You weigh like 92 kilograms. He's like, I don't know if he's making fun of me. If he calls me fat or what. Because they're like yelling at him because he's using the metric system.
Who wants cream fresh?
Who wants creme fraiche? Anyone? No one? Okay, no creme fraiche.
I get it. It's just the first one will always be funnier.
Butter tart Yule log. Yeah, it's our deciliter. Yeah, bring all 10 right now. Bring all 10 right now. He's like, he's not gonna just bring them to him. He's like, okay. He just starts bringing them. Well, yeah, because then they're like little after when they're at the freaking the dairy farm or whatever, the sawmill. Yeah, the sawmill of the cow. That scene in and of itself is freaking hilarious. But yeah, they're there, and he's using the night vision glasses or the goggles or whatever, the heat seekers, or or what do you want to? Yeah, so
Yeah, the night vision goggles.
Yeah, the thermal imaging. There you go.
Yeah.
And he's over there like peeing because of all the decaliter of soda that he just drank. And then he like farts and it's just like, and you see the cloud. He's like, what is he? He's like, you want to see smell-o-vision or some shit? Oh, what the hell was it? Oh man.
What was that? Wait, wasn't it was it in the first one? Hey, you! Hey! You with the bear!
Hey, bear fucker! Do you need assistance? Oh yeah! Oh yeah!
That was classic.
Oh Jesus Lord! Yeah, man, dude.
I think I cried.
Oh, I totally did. So, all right, I said it the other episode was best opening credits is Zombieland because the way
Oh yeah,
Metallica's track and like the breaking glass and all that stuff and like the way it
the way it jumped right into the rules right off the bat. Yeah.
Well, just literally the opening credits.
Just the opening. Okay.
Yeah, not the opening scene. Not the opening to the movie, just the credit aspect. My favorite opening scene of a movie, Super Troopers.
Okay.
Where they're doing like they pull them over and all that shit, like because that's an entire opening scene that's like it was like 5 or 7 minutes freaking long, and that's how they start the movie.
It was like 4 kids in a car with
3 kids,
3 kids in a car with a giant bag of mushrooms and a giant bag of weed.
It was a quarter ounce of weed and an eighth of mushrooms.
There you go.
Yeah, you
must have been like
you must have ate like $60 of weed and like $30 in mushrooms or something, right? And he's like, I'm gonna need to get that. He's like, that's not cool, man. Yeah, dude, that's that. I mean, that whole opening scene is just ridiculous to me.
And then woo woo woo, like what the?
Well, because here's the thing: is like if you go back and rewatch it and start to pick apart all the little things that they were doing. The one time he comes up and it's the middle of the day and he's got his freaking flashlight and he like clicks it off and puts it away and he's like, how fast you were going? And he literally does the same thing again, but he modifies a few.
He's like, wait a minute, didn't we just do this?
Yeah, dude. I'm freaking out, man. You are freaking out, man. Yeah, dude, that snozberries taste like snozberries. Yeah, dude.
It was expected almost. It was like perfect.
Well, to me, so going back to the whole rating system that we're talking about, like the quotable scales and stuff, right?
High ratings on a lot of that whole scene.
Because that's pretty much it. You know what I mean? Because that's what I was saying is like you're going to have times where there's like quotable moments where it's like, a word, phrase, because it's said a certain way or, there's going to be a small component of like, this is that quotable moment.
So when all that happens before they actually flash the title and the opening credits, like it's pretty much like right off the bat.
Yeah.
Is that like when that starts playing, you're like, all right, then if you don't like this kind of thing, now's your chance to get out.
Yeah.
Like the movie hasn't even started yet and we're already at this.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then, I mean,
you boys like Mexico.
Again, dude, that's why I love that as an opening scene. And, on that quotable scale, yeah, dude, you're pretty much doing that whole scene. That movie just on the start, you're already throwing like 3 to 4 minutes at the freaking quotable scale. Like, that's ridiculous. Ooh, excuse me.
I just love how they thought they were off the hook. And then woo, 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 pull over. He's already pulled over. I'm like, did we just do this?
Well, yeah, because it was what does he say? He's like, yeah, it's a good thing they just left because I was about to pop a cap in that pig's ass, and that's all. So they're like, yeah, they locked. The timing of that
was perfect,
right? So I mean, even the editing of that whole scene, that scene's just very well done. That's why I'm like, dude, I guarantee you, you're pulling like 3 to 4 minutes easy just out of the opening scene in that movie. It's a dope. It's gonna be super quotable. I guarantee it.
Like, and you thought it was just gonna be this quick, like, real back and forth, and they took off. All right, whatever. They're like, no. And this is what they do on like just an average, Tuesday.
Oh yeah, dude. It's like, what are you guys doing? It's Monday.
It's just we're just what? What are we doing?
That's what we do on Monday, right? Well, yeah, because when you think about how much crap actually goes on up in that area, probably not much.
How much of that kind of stuff actually happens, I wonder.
I mean, probably a lot. Maybe not so much now, but early 2000s, 1990s, probably a lot.
Back in the 80s?
Oh, probably.
Definitely, right?
I mean, the 70s, that was just standard protocol. Pretty sure that was written in the manual. There's like drawings and everything.
Was that what was that cup he was wearing that was supposed to be bulletproof or whatever?
Yeah, bulletproof cup.
What, how you doing, man? Good enough to fuck your mother.
Yeah, how you feeling, Mac? Yeah. Because he just pops him.
Then knocks him clean out, like back.
Well, yeah, of course, because, I mean, all that pressure right there on his penis, and Mac's a small guy. But yeah, that's when the captain shows up, and he freaking fires at him, and he's just like, Thorny, you sick fuck. He's like, in my day, we used to use blanks. Yeah, because he like pops the gun off, and it's like crack, crack, and it's like breaks the window or whatever. He's just looking at him. He's like, "What the?" It's like, "Yeah, well, yeah." Because that's when he's doing target practice or whatever, and he's like looking at this thing, and he's just like, "Hey, what about this little guy right here? Oh, that little guy? Don't worry about that." And he's like, "Good enough for me, Thorny." And he just like walks out there. Yeah, that's one, dude. That's a highly quotable movie.
Truly, truly.
I'll be honest. I don't think the second would hold up as much as the first on the quotable scale.
Well, they're all repeats. That's the only thing. Like,
well, not every scene, as well as not every scene.
And that's what's weird about it is like that's what kind of really makes it funny to begin with. You could watch it standalone, but
yeah,
the fact that it's there at all is because a lot of those jokes. What's funny is the again in the first place.
Well, yeah, like when they bring the one comedian back in, and they he's like, no, and he's like, no, I remember. He's like, you said me out of me. He's like, I don't know who you are. He's like, I've seen thousands of people. And they're like talking over the car. He's like, is this guy serious right now? How do I not remember this? I can hear you guys, right? He's like, oh, is he serious? Dude, we've been doing this all the time. Oh man, it's like they just realized that people could hear them. They're just like, no, you're just talking over the roof. Yeah, we can hear you.
What's so funny, meow?
Well, yeah, and think about the scene where they pull them over and they're on the horses, and they're just saying French phrases to each other.
It was the same exact scene.
Yeah, I mean that's just so many good. Yeah, and all right, the guy. All right, remember? Do you smell muffins, guy?
Mm-hmm.
He was the one. He was the one Mountie.
Oh, he was one of the Mounties.
Yeah, he was the big Mountie guy.
He was what's his name's counterpart? He was Farva's?
Yeah, I get. Yeah, pretty much.
Creme Fraiche?
But Creme Fraiche was Farva's like actual, but your counterpart as far as in the police squad, yeah, he was the big dumb guy.
Oh, right. Okay.
Because he like starts messing with the other dude. About
what I was just thinking, wasn't that the thing in Shaun of the Dead that was really funny?
What?
You remember that movie, right?
Seriously?
Come on, seriously. But when the two groups go walking past each other and they're mirror images of everybody.
Yeah.
And they're like, hello.
Yeah, they get to the last two and they're just like looking at the shit like,
Yeah. That's what it reminded me of when I saw Super Troopers 2.
But yeah, no, which his accent is like ridiculous in that. And I remember the outtakes or whatever.
His French Canadian. What?
Yeah.
Well,
because they're doing the scene towards the end where they're at the sawmill of the cow, and the guy Guy, who's like the mayor, finally exposes himself as like the evil genius of all this shit. And he's like, what the fuck, Guy? And they did that scene for like that line. It was like 9 or 10 of them. He's just like, hey,
Just trying to get it right.
Well, he'd like start doing, be like, he couldn't do it. And everybody's like cracking up. So then, when he finally, he's like, gee, what the fuck, huh? Because he's just trying to lay it on like super freaking thick,
right?
Like super Canadian French.
French Canadian? Canadian French.
Well, he's Canadian and he's throwing on the French. That's why I was.
French Canadian.
Whether he's French Canadian or not doesn't, in fact, imply that he's being Canadian, making it overly French. That's the emphasis I put on it.
Canadian bacon.
That's my syllable emphasis.
I know what you can do with your emphasis.
Oh, yeah, I got some diagrams.
You know what that tells me?
Dude, I came here to do 2 things: drink beer and kick some ass. Beer's almost gone. Yeah, no, mine's pretty much finished as well.
Yeah, you know what that means.
I got a couple more swigs. Yeah, it means you got to wait until I finish.
What, dude? All right, no, that's cool.
Nah, yeah, no, we're good. You want to go ahead and call it due, my man. You know how to do this. This ain't your first time at the Rodeo Cowboy.
Oh, like if you want to get in touch with us, you can always reach out to us at directionsandmusic.org.
Or you can just reach out and touch us.
Okay.
Because if you want to reach out and...
That's IMTELLINYOU at directionsandmusic.org.
This is another episode of the B-Sides in the Green Room. Just us cracking ourselves.
So if you wonder why we always laugh at the end of that, it's because whoever's saying it, the other one's always making funny faces or motions the entire time.
The most asinine fake robot you could ever imagine. Like, danger, Will Robinson, danger.
Like, why do they always laugh when they put their line in? We're like, I don't know. Because we're trying to make each other goof.
That's what we do.
All right, well.
We do what we do, baby.
What do you say? Something about,
Be good to yourself and be good to everyone else.
All right, fam.
Peace.
Peace.